Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be showing you how to do a 2-row horizontal buttonhole. If you like this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up and hit subscribe, and let's get into it. As you can see, I've already worked a couple of rows of garter stitch. If you're working a pattern, you'll be working up until the point you need to do the buttonholes, and when you're at that point, what you need to do is knit until you're at the point where you need to create the hole. So in my case, I am just going to knit 3 stitches. Okay, so this is stitch number 1. Number 2. And number 3. And what we need to do is bind off 4 stitches in total to create our hole. So what I'm going to do is knit 1, knit 2, and using my left needle I'm just going to insert it into the stitch beforehand and pull it over. So it's 1 stitch bound off. And we're going to do the same again. Stitch number 2. Stitch number 3, and stitch number 4. And as you can see, we have a nice gap here that will be our buttonhole. And what I'm going to do is just knit to the end. If you're working in a pattern, you just knit until you need to do whatever you need to do. And to create the closing so it seals above the button, what we need to do is knit these first 3 stitches again, or however many your pattern requires until you're up to the point of being at the buttonhole. Just pierce that one, go back through. And what I'm going to do is just move my yarn over to the left side. So I'm just going to move this needle. So I've got both needles in my right hand, and I am going to create those 4 stitches that we bound off. And I'm going to do that by wrapping around my thumb and sliding on like that to create a stitch. So that's 1 stitch, 2 stitches, 3, and 1 more, 4. Then I'm going to put my left needle back in my left hand, grab my yarn, and I am going to knit these final 3 stitches. There you go. So as you can see, we've got our fake stitches at the moment above our buttonhole. Where my finger is going through is the buttonhole. And all we need to do now is knit these stitches. So those are the 3 stitches that I hadn't bound off, and these 4 here are my new additional stitches. So they're a little tight, and we've got to make sure we put them on tight so we don't have a really gapy hole for our button. So that's 1, 2, 3. And if you find that they're a little tight, what you can do is just use your finger to open them up to get your needle in, like that. And that's the final stitch that we added on, pulled nice and tight. And I'm just going to knit these final stitches, like so. And as you can see, there is our buttonhole. So if you're making a jacket, a bag, just wanting some decorative buttons, dungarees, there's so many different ways you can use buttons in knitting, but that is how you do a 2-row horizontal buttonhole. If you like this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up and hit subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.